I came home from college that Friday expecting my usual weekend routine, dump my laundry, raid the fridge, and collapse into my gaming chair for some well-deserved downtime. But the moment I opened my bedroom door, my stomach dropped. My room looked empty. Not messy empty. Actually empty. My vintage record collection that I'd spent 3 years building? Gone. The limited edition sneakers I'd saved up for months to buy? Vanished. My gaming setup, my skateboard collection, even the signed basketball for my favorite player, all of it, just gone. Drop a comment and let me know where you're listening from and what time it is for you right now. I'd love to know who's part of our community. Mom, I shouted, my voice cracking with panic. Emma. She appeared in the doorway, drying her hands on a kitchen towel, her face the picture of casual innocence. What's wrong, honey? What's wrong? My stuff. Everything's gone. Did we get robbed? My mom's eyebrows furrowed in confusion. She walked into my room, looking around as if seeing it for the first time. What are you talking about? What's missing? I stared at her, incredulous. What's missing? Mom, my entire collection. My records, my shoes, my gaming computer, literally thousands of dollars worth of stuff. She shook her head slowly, her expression genuinely puzzled. Sweetie, I haven't touched anything in here. Are you sure you didn't take them back to your dorm? You know how forgetful you can be. Forgetful. My voice rose. Mom, I'm talking about a full gaming setup. I didn't accidentally pack a desktop computer in my backpack. She placed a gentle hand on my shoulder. Maybe your father moved some things to the garage? Let me ask him when he gets home. But honey, I really don't know what you're talking about. The way she said it, so calm, so convincing, made me question my own sanity for a split second. But no. I knew what was in this room. I'd taken inventory before leaving for school. Over the next hour, I searched everywhere. The garage, the attic, the basement. Nothing. I called my dad, who seemed just as confused as Mom claimed to be. I even checked with my younger sister, thinking maybe this was some twisted prank. Everyone acted like I was losing my mind. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something felt wrong. The way Mom had looked around my room, the theatrical confusion, it felt rehearsed. And why would a burglar take my personal collections but leave the TV in the living room? Then my phone buzzed with a notification from a neighborhood Facebook group I'd forgotten I'd joined. What I saw made my blood run cold. The post contained photos that would shatter everything I thought I knew about my mother and spark a revenge plan she'd never see coming. My hands trembled as I stared at the Facebook post. There, in crystal clear photos, was MY stuff. My vintage Nirvana record. My limited edition Jordans. My custom-built gaming rig with the LED lights I'd installed myself. All of it arranged neatly in someone's garage with a caption that read, "Amazing yard sale finds today. Can't believe these deals." The post was from 3 days ago. Tag location, my neighborhood. Tagged seller, friendly woman on Maple Street. I lived on Maple Street. My heart pounded as I scrolled through the comments. People praising the amazing deals, asking if there was more stuff available, complimenting the seller's prices. Then I saw it, a comment from the buyer. The lady said her son moved out and didn't want any of this stuff anymore. Her loss, my gain. Her son moved out. I didn't move out. I was at college, 20 minutes away, coming home every weekend. I took screenshots of everything, my hands shaking with rage. Then I stormed downstairs where Mom was watching her nightly crime show, completely relaxed with a glass of wine. Really? I thrust my phone in her face. Really? She glanced at the screen, and for just a fraction of a second, maybe half a heartbeat, I saw it. Recognition. Panic. But then her face smoothed into confusion again. What am I looking at? You sold my stuff. There's photographic evidence. That's my gaming computer, Mom. The one with the custom case I painted myself. She squinted at the phone. Honey, that could be anyone's computer. Lots of people have gaming setups. With a hand-painted phoenix on the side panel? With my exact same RGB pattern? Mom, stop lying. She set down her wine glass carefully. Too carefully. I think you need to calm down. You're being paranoid. Maybe someone bought similar items. On our street? 3 days ago? From a friendly woman on Maple Street who told them her son moved out. I was screaming now, all pretense of control gone. I have one neighbor who fits that description, Mom. You. Lower your voice, she said coldly. You're being disrespectful. I didn't touch your things. If someone sold items that look like yours, that's unfortunate, but I had nothing to do with it. The gaslighting was masterful. If I didn't have screenshots, I might have believed her. Fine, I said quietly, a plan already forming in my mind.
Fine.
I believe you, Mom.
She smiled, relieved.
Good. Now apologize for yelling. I need some air. I grabbed my keys and left before she could respond. I had phone calls to make, evidence to gather, and a mother to expose. What I discovered next proved she'd done something far worse than I imagined, and gave me the perfect ammunition for payback. I drove to a 24-hour diner and started making calls. First, I contacted Marcus, the guy who'd posted about the yard sale finds. He was hesitant at first, but when I explained the situation and sent him photos of me with my stuff, his tone changed completely. Dude, I'm so sorry. This woman seemed totally legit. She had a whole setup, tables, price tags, even gave me a sob story about needing to declutter. What exactly did she say? That her son had gone off to college, never visited, and told her to get rid of his childish things.
She seemed sad about it, honestly.
That's why I didn't haggle much on the prices. My jaw clenched. What did you pay for the gaming computer? $200. I'd built that system for over $2,000. The records? $50 for the whole collection. She said they were just collecting dust. Those records were worth at least $800, some of them rare pressings I'd hunted down for years. Marcus gave me the names of other buyers, neighbors who'd scored deals on my skateboard collection, my signed basketball, my sneakers. Everything sold for pennies on the dollar. But here's what made it diabolical. Mom had priced everything just low enough that people felt like they were getting amazing deals, but not so low that it seemed suspicious. She'd played it perfectly. Except she'd forgotten about social media. I spent the next 2 hours tracking down buyers, explaining the situation, and asking for receipts or any text exchanges with the seller. Most people were sympathetic, some even offered to return items, but I told them to hold on to everything. I had a different plan. Then I made the call I'd been dreading. Hey, Aunt Linda? It's me. I need to ask you something about Mom. My aunt, Mom's younger sister, had always been the honest one in the family. If anyone would tell me the truth, it was her. What's going on, sweetheart? I explained everything. The missing items. The Facebook posts. Mom's denial. The silence on the other end lasted too long. Aunt Linda? This isn't the first time, she said quietly. My blood went cold. What? Your mother. She did this to me when we were younger. Sold my belongings when I lived at home. Said she needed the money, made our parents believe I'd lost everything or given it away. I was 14. I had no proof. Why didn't you ever tell me? Because she's my sister.
And I thought she'd changed.
But if she's doing this to her own son... Linda's voice hardened. I'll help you. Whatever you need. I need you to come over tomorrow. And I need you to bring something.
What?
A witness. And maybe a recording device. The next morning, I set a trap that would force my mother to confess everything, but her reaction was more unhinged than I ever expected. If you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. Saturday morning, I walked into the kitchen where Mom was making her coffee, acting like nothing had happened. Morning, honey. Want some pancakes? The normalcy of it made my skin crawl. Actually, Mom, I invited Aunt Linda over. She'll be here in 10 minutes. The coffee mug paused halfway to her lips. Linda? Why? Just to talk. Family stuff. Something flickered across her face. Worry, maybe fear, but she recovered quickly.
Oh.
That's nice. When Aunt Linda arrived, she hugged me tight and whispered, recording device is in my purse. It's running. We sat in the living room, the three of us. Mom kept glancing at the door like she wanted to escape. So, I started casually. I've been thinking about my missing stuff. You know what's weird? I found most of it. Mom's face went pale. What do you mean? I tracked down the buyers. Talked to every single person who bought my things from the yard sale on Maple Street 3 days ago. I pulled out my phone, showing her screenshot after screenshot. The yard sale you held, Mom. That's ridiculous. I have receipts, text messages. One neighbor even has a doorbell camera that shows you carrying my gaming monitor to your car. The room went silent. Aunt Linda sat perfectly still, letting me take the lead. Mom's mouth opened and closed. Then she laughed, this high, brittle sound. Okay,
Fine. I sold some of your old junk.
so what? You never used that stuff anyway. Junk? Junk. I stood up. That junk was worth over $5,000. And you sold it for maybe $500 total. You're exaggerating. I have the values appraised, Mom. I have everything documented. Her expression shifted then. The mask cracked. You want to know the truth?
Fine.
Yes, I sold your stuff. Because you're ungrateful. I raised you, fed you, put a roof over your head. And what do I get? You move out, barely call, treat this place like a hotel. I'm in college, 20 minutes away. I come home every weekend. And you hoard all these expensive things in your room in MY house like you're entitled to them. I needed that money. Needed it for what? She looked away. That's none of your business. Aunt Linda finally spoke. It's for your boyfriend, isn't it? Mom's head snapped toward her sister. Stay out of this, Linda. The one who's investing your money? The one who's been asking you for cash? Sarah, please tell me you didn't sell your son's belongings to give money to that con artist. He's not a con artist. He loves me. Unlike this family that just takes and takes. The truth hit me like a truck. My mother had been funneling money to some man I'd never met, but when I discovered who he really was, the betrayal became so much darker. What boyfriend? I demanded. What is she talking about? Mom's face flushed red. It's none of your concern. You stole from me to give money to some man? My voice rose. How long has this been going on? Aunt Linda pulled out her phone. His name is Derek Morrison. I did some digging after your mom mentioned him last month. She turned the screen toward me. He's a known romance scammer. Has 3 active Facebook profiles, targets divorced women, always has some investment opportunity that needs just a little more cash. I stared at the photos. Middle-aged guy, generic good looks, poses with rental cars and borrowed luxury items. The kind of profile that screamed scam to anyone paying attention. How much? I asked quietly. That's private.
How much?
Mom. She wouldn't meet my eyes. 15,000. The room spun. $15,000? He's starting a business. Once it takes off, I'll get triple back. Oh my God. I sat down hard. You didn't just sell my stuff. What else? Silence. Emma, what else did you sell? Aunt Linda answered for her. Your father's coin collection. Your grandmother's jewelry. Some furniture from the house. I felt sick. Does Dad know? Your father doesn't understand investment opportunities. Dad doesn't know you're being scammed by some catfish who probably isn't even the person in these photos. I was shouting now. You stole from your own family to give money to a stranger on the internet. It's not like that. Derek and I have a real connection. Have you even video called him? She hesitated. His camera is broken. Unbelievable. I stood up and started pacing. My mother, my own mother, had stolen my belongings, sold family heirlooms, and was actively being conned, and still she was defending this person. You know what the worst part is? I said quietly. Not the stealing. Not even the lying. It's that when I confronted you, you looked me in the eye and gaslit me. Made me feel crazy. Made me doubt myself. Tears streamed down her face now. I was embarrassed. You were caught. There's a difference. Please don't tell your father. Are you insane? Dad deserves to know his wife is draining their accounts. It's my money too. that you stole from your family, T.O. Get. Aunt Linda stood up. Sarah, you need help. Professional help. This is beyond. Mom's phone buzzed. She grabbed it instinctively, her face lighting up. It's Derek. He says the business deal is almost finalized. I snatched the phone from her hand. What I saw in those messages made everything so much worse. The text revealed something that transformed this from a scam into a full-blown family crisis and gave me the leverage I needed for the ultimate exposure. The messages weren't just scam scripts. They were detailed, personal, manipulative, and recent. Send another $2,000 by Monday, beautiful. The investors are waiting. This is our future. Your family doesn't understand you like I do. Once we're together, you won't need them anymore. My hands shook as I scrolled. Months of messages. Promises of meeting in person that never happened. Excuses about delayed flights, sick relatives, business emergencies, all requiring money to solve. But the message that made my blood boil was from 2 days ago. Sell whatever you need to. Your son's stuff, your husband's things, it's all just material goods. Our love is worth more. He'd told her to steal from us. I showed the message to Aunt Linda. Her face went white. Mom, I said, my voice deadly calm. I'm going to give you one chance.
One.
You call Dad right now, tell him everything, and we figure out how to fix this as a family. Or I do it my way. She reached for the phone. Give it back. Choose. We stared at each other. Years of trust, shattered in a moment. Finally, she whispered, I can't tell him.
He'll leave me.
Then I will. I called Dad. Put it on speaker. Told him everything while Mom sobbed in the corner. The stolen items, the yard sales, the scammer, the $15,000. All of it. The silence on the other end was worse than yelling. Dad. Come home, son. I'm 20 minutes away. His voice was flat. Emotionless. Linda, stay with her. Don't let her send any more money. When Dad arrived, his face was gray. He didn't even look at Mom at first. He sat down, opened his laptop, and started checking their joint accounts while I laid out all my evidence, screenshots, receipts, buyer testimonies, the doorbell footage. I want to press charges, I said. Mom gasped. You'd send your own mother to jail? You stole from me. Repeatedly. Deliberately. Then lied about it. Dad finally spoke. We're not pressing charges. But here's what's going to happen. He turned to Mom with eyes I'd never seen before. Cold, hurt, betrayed. You're going to therapy. You're going to block this scammer. You're going to get a part-time job and pay back every single person our son is compensating for his stolen items. You're going to apologize to your son, to Linda, and to your mother's memory for selling her jewelry. And if you ever do anything like this again, I'm gone. Understand? Mom nodded, broken. Dad turned to me. I'm sorry, son. I'll transfer you the $5,000 today. Replace what you lost. Dad, you don't have to.
Yes.
I do. Because your mother won't. 3 months later, Mom's still in therapy. She got a job at a local store. The scammer's profile was reported and deleted. My items? Most were replaceable. The trust? That's still in pieces. But at least now she knows. I don't forgive betrayal. And I definitely don't forget. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe and hit that like button right now. It helps more than you know. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted most? Drop your story in the comments below. Share this with anyone who's been gaslit or stolen from, because they need to know they're not alone. What would you have done in my situation? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and remember, standing up for yourself is never wrong. See you in the next story.